It's that time of the week again, guys, and you're not going to want to miss this one. Welcome to the drop. What's up, guys? Travis here from Tackle Bros, and we have a good one for you this week. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. Hope you guys got to go out fishing. I know me and Ashton got to spend a couple days on Lake Ontario this weekend, and we got some amazing content coming your guys' way from that. This weekend, we have a very special guest coming up to hang out with us for a couple days, and we'll be sure to share lots of that stuff with you guys. If you guys haven't checked out our social medias yet, make sure you go check our Instagram. Right now it's at PTBO Pro Tackle. That is going to be changing here as of August 1st. Will be our official final day with anything PTBO Pro Tackle included in it. So make sure you go check out our social media now, and then when we change it, you're going to recognize that we're now Tackle Bros, and everything will be fine. Go follow Ashton at QTR_46. He just actually posted a really funny video of him catching a species that we weren't really after when we were out on the weekend. So definitely go check that, leave a comment, give him a like. And then finally, definitely give me a follow at Tackle Prez on Instagram. And yeah, come check out some of the cool videos we have coming for you. I think yesterday we dropped a cool little teaser video for our things that's going to come out this Sunday. We're just going to start doing a lot more on the water stuff. This is going to be the first one, so there will be some fish catching stuff, and then there's going to be some, you know, just sitting down, hanging out, and explaining what's going on. Because I think that's what we're here for. We're here to show you guys kind of the new trends, some of the new stuff, and we actually get out and show you guys that we actually use this stuff and catch them on it, which is pretty cool. That being said, this week we have a great drop for you guys. A lot of new products and a lot of restock items that you've been waiting for. So I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm basically going to ruin the video right here. We have finally received a restock on Sakamata shads. So I'm going to have some 6-inch, I'm going to have some 5-inch, and I'm going to have some 4-inch. Now, this is likely the last restock I'm going to have for this fishing season, I would assume. I don't anticipate getting any more in the coming months. This is kind of what we're going to have. So if you guys have been looking for any of the 6-inch, you know, we got electric shads, we got IUs, we got good colors. Like usually you get like 1 or 2 good colors. We got a shit ton of good colors. So all the electric shads, IUs. We actually got this cool one called Indie Soggy. So this is from a collaboration with a guy from Instagram that does a bunch of amazing stuff for Deps named Indie Fishing. So check him out. This is his special color that he does in a bunch of Deps baits. We've actually had his color in a few other baits like the cover Scat before. So check that one out. We're gonna have your standard whites. We even got June bug. Like we have pretty much all of the good colors back in from Deps. No black. If you're looking for black, I don't think we have black. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, we should just do like a Jeopardy countdown for them to come back and come back to the video. Now that that's out of the way, and you guys are hopefully unpaused me and came back to watch the video, we'll get to the rest of the stuff. We're also gonna see a big restock on bull flats. So we're gonna have a ton of the 3.8-inch sizes that we were out of. They're gonna all be back. The 3-inch sizes are all gonna be back. If you're not familiar with the bull flat, this is an amazing flipping and pitching bait. That's how a lot of guys are using it. It's also a great free rig bait. It's that wide body, so it's gonna have a slow fall. Now, this is something that was kind of brought to light by Takumi Ito, but guys will also Nico rig this and just kind of have it spiral fall down. Fish can't stand it. He was doing with a Nories Kogill, which we also have in stock in some good colors if you have been looking for Taku's pancake bait. This is another great option for that style of fishing, as well as a lot of other things. This is one of the most popular bluegill style baits I would say is out there, so definitely check these out from Deps, the bull flat. You cover Scat fans. You had the 4-inch, you had 3.5-inch, you had 2.5-inch, and you were definitely missing the 3-inch size. So Deps has now covered the complete size run that you could possibly do with this thing. I got about 8 colors. I'll run through them with you really quick. It's basically just a 1/2 inch smaller or 1/2 inch bigger depending on what size you were using. So this is, I mean, I guess it's a welcomed addition I would say, yeah. This is a cool one from Deps. I mean, cover scats is one of our most popular baits in the store. If you're not familiar with it, this is that amazing kind of heavy plastic style lure. You're gonna fish it weightless. A lot of guys in Japan are kind of throwing it out there, long lining it, letting it kind of hit the bottom. They fish these very slow, like one cast every 10-15 minutes sometimes. And they just kind of bang it around, in and around cover and rock and brush. So the cover scat is definitely an amazing lure. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. If the 3.5 was too big and the 2.5 was too small, you can now try the 3-inch. So I'll run through the colors really quick. I actually think I know all of these without looking up the numbers. Let's try it. Black, chartreuse, gory, or this is like a cheesecake something. Green pumpkin blue fleck, blue melon, scuppernong blue fleck, so classic green pumpkin, pearl white silver flake, scuppernong. I don't know the last one. Dude, that was impressive. But if you guys don't know Deps colors, they don't say it on the package. It just says a color code, so you have to memorize them. It's very, very tricky. That's why when you're checking out, we actually have the number included in the checkout, so it's easier for the guys to pick it, because to memorize all the colors is pretty tough. Golden, take 2. So those are the colors that the 3-inch is available in at the moment. If that's a size that you've been looking for, now available from Deps. Additionally, we're gonna have a full color run finally in the Slender Scat. So this is the Slender Scat by Deps. If you're not familiar with it, this is a 5-inch Senko style bait. What kind of makes it unique is Deps has made this a heavy Senko, so kind of collaborating a Senko with the Scat style bait. So this is going to be ideal to fish weightless. It's just going to have a faster fall rate. It's going to have that heavy salt content. So this is a really cool one. If you are, number one, a Deps fan, they're going to have, some Deps colors in here. And if you are a Senko fan, this is going to be a good addition to have in your arsenal. A couple other brands make some heavy Senkos. Obviously, Deps having the original Scat style bait. It's going to be cool to have it in this, so I will run through the colors with you. All right, so we'll start right here with Green Pumpkin Blue Glimmer, Green Pumpkin Chartreuse, Pumpkin Cheesecake. So this is that green pumpkin with kind of like a goldish gold. Yeah, hell yeah. Green Pumpkin Blue, Earthworm, got that Scuppernong, Golden Shiner, straight green pumpkin, just a classic. So all good colors there from Deps on the Slender Scat. Definitely check that out if you are a Senko guy. It's gonna fold right into your arsenal. And if you like throwing the cover scat, give this a try. Something a little bit different profile wise, but it should get down similar, but it's not going to fish similar. Yeah, that's fair. And lastly from Deps, we're going to have the biggest restock we've ever had on these, and this is their ultra popular Buster K and Slither K. I think it's the first time I've ever had this many colors in stock at once. So if you're not familiar with the Slither K, this is Deps frog offering. So this is a 61 millimeter 3/8 ounce little frog. Obvious thing about it, it doesn't have a silicon skirting legs. It's going to have a feathered tail. The great thing about both Deps frogs is they are extremely soft, so the hookup ratio tends to be really, really good on these. They work great through the water. An amazing staple frog. It's hard for me to explain. I've been using these for a very long time. They work amazing. If you're not familiar with the Buster K as well, this is going to be, again, 61 mil, half ounce. This is going to have a moving weight into it to help with casting distance. It's also going to weigh a half ounce. So this is that, popping style frog. I mean, it's great in open water. It's great in a little bit of cover. The hookup ratio on these is phenomenal. These are ultra soft frogs. So just really cool thing from Deps. I've been using these for a long time. They work great. The guys in the shop love these, and a lot of you guys love them. So probably our biggest restock on Deps frogs in general. So check these guys out. This week we had a huge restock from Owner Hooks. I'm gonna highlight the one everyone's been asking me for. We do have range rollers back in stock. Now, I do not have the 8 ounce, that 3/0 that seems to be the most popular one. I don't know when it's coming in. It will come in eventually. Something I wanted to point out to you though, the whole mid-strolling technique where that bait is really rocking back to forth, it's really designed to be fished on smaller light head hooks. That's what gives it the action. So I know everybody wants to use 8th because it seems like a more familiar size in North America, but trust me, if you use some of these, I mean, a lot of these are big plastic. If you're using a 5-inch super fish roller, there's a lot of plastic there. It's going to already have the weight to kind of bring it down into the water column. The lighter heads are going to be the ticket. Now, with that, you know, some of the 6.5 inch, they're using #1 hooks. It's not always ideal to use the biggest, heaviest hook. So take that into consideration when you're buying these. I have 4 sizes in stock, basically 1/0 down to the #2. This is going to be the last restock for a little while. I'm going to keep trying to get them, but at least there's something you can pair up this week with those Sakamata shads. The 1/0's going to pair up great with the 5 and the 6, and then if you're in the 4, 1 and 2, 2 is probably going to be the better one. So keep that in mind. Check these out from owner, and then check out the whole of the restock. All the good stuff's back in stock for you guys, and yeah, that's it. All right, so Tuesday of this week, we released the second part of our video with Great Lakes Finesse. Thank you to Dan for hanging out with us and kind of explaining all of his OG products, I'll say, and then some of the Bassmaster Classic releases, and then this week we released all of the new stuff from iCast with him. So if you guys missed out on that video on Tuesday, I highly recommend you to go check it out. It's extremely informative. Dan really knows his product, and Great Lakes Finesse is a phenomenal brand that you should take seriously. If you're a serious angler, you should definitely take it seriously. There's a lot of little tricks that, you know, a lot of guys up here have been doing for a very long time. A lot of pro guys, a lot of tricks and tips that they've already built into the baits that you can just utilize right away. That took a lot of guys a long time to figure out, you know, little tunings and stuff like that. So definitely check out that video we dropped on Tuesday. It's going to explain a lot of the stuff I'm going to break down for you right now. And yeah, just a cool video. So not that long, maybe like 20 minutes, 18 minutes. I mean, eat a bowl of soup, watch it. I don't know why you're eating soup in the summer, but you can. That being said, this is going to be the official drop release of all that stuff. Some of the stuff already sold out. You guys grabbed it up real quick. I did my best to buy as much as possible, but it being a new product, they wanted to, you know, make sure everybody in all the regions got a little bit. So there's that, but we did get quite a bit of stuff. I'm going to start off with probably something that kind of flew under the radar from them. It's going to be a couple additional colors in their drop worm. So the drop worm this is a pretty cool worm. So there's a million 4-inch worms out there. I get it. This is a really cool one because it has some of that Great Lakes stuff in it that makes them special. Neutral buoyancy and that matte finish. So we're going to see the addition of black, which, like, I don't, come on, Dan. Come on, black. Should have been day one. And then we're going to see Morning Dawn. This is a really cool looking Morning Dawn. It's like smoky because it's matte finished.
Could have named it Morning Dan.
Oh my God. What a mistake. He should have named it Morning Dan. All right, so check those out if you are a fan of the drop worm. If you're a fan of throwing drop shot worms in general, that's pretty much what guys are using these for. Probably be pretty good on shaky head as well, but yeah, check out those 2 new colors. And then we'll get into I'm going to talk about the 4 new colors in the drop minnow. So the drop minnow is probably the staple product from Great Lakes Finesse. It's an amazing, I don't know why I'm not holding it up for you guys to see. It's amazing on a drop shot. It is probably the best pairing with their Underspin jig head. So if you guys are Underspin fans, this is a great trailer for it. And then just straight up on a ball head, this thing works pretty good, or on their Swimbait head, which we'll get to in a minute. There's going to be 4 new colors and a completely new size. So we're going to add a 3.25 inch size. That's the one I was holding. So a little 1/2 inch bigger. The original size is that 2.75. So what are we doing here, man? Amateur hour. This is a size difference. Oh, it's so small. Let's get small. There we go. So not a huge, honestly, like, it feels like less of a length difference, but overall a profile difference is pretty substantial for just ½ inch. And these are also 2 new colors. So that red one that I was holding up, you Southern guys are probably gonna be pretty hyped up about this. Firecrop, staple color for you guys, red and orange, really cool one. And then the other one I was holding up is going to be Smelt, which I was very excited to see. So this is a great natural bait fish pattern. Gizzard shad, standard operating procedure right there. And then this has actually been surprisingly the most popular color of this whole thing. Watermelon pearl. So watermelon back, little pearl belly. This is actually sold out in the next thing we're going to talk about. So it's going to be one of the only colors I can't show you, which sucks. If you're a fan of the drop minnow, it's good to see an additional size. I think it was needed. It's going to be, for me, that drop minnow, the new size. We actually got to use it a lot this weekend. I was pleasantly surprised with it. It is amazing on a drop shot. I think it pairs up nicely with everything else, but the way that we were really catching them good was on a drop shot with the bigger size. The smaller size is beautiful for that 3/16 ounce little underspin and on a drop shot. But yeah, something to consider. The 3.25 is going to work on both, but yeah, drop shot was good for us this weekend. Underspin, guys. This is something we do a lot up here. This is something that is a staple move. One of my favorites, one of your favorites. We're gonna see 3 new colors in the ultra popular. This is our #1 selling underspin in the store right now. The Sneaky Underspin. This one is perch. Amazing. I don't know how they didn't have it. This is gonna be the #1. I can't see it not being. If you're not familiar with the Sneaky Underspin, this is basically a thin, fine wired underspin that is very finesse. It's going to pair up well with, I mean, preferably for me, I do like the pintail on these guys. You can throw it on a paddle tail. It's going to have this arm that comes down to keep the blade away from the body. It is very stable underwater, so it's not going to have a lot of roll off to the side if you start to speed it up. If you slow it down, it's going to stay pretty much even keeled in the water, hence the line tie. That's kind of where it sits. So comes through the water very straight. Just an amazing overall underspin. If you want to learn more about it, go watch our first Great Lakes Finesse video. Dan does a way better job at explaining it than I do, but it is one of our favorites. I've caught a ton of fish. Everyone's caught a ton of fish on this thing, and the new colors are probably, I mean, this is their best color, right? This has to be their best color. Yeah, so this one I'm holding is going to be called Perch. So this is going to be, well, it's matte perch. It's Great Lakes Finesse, matte. Has to be matte. It's going to be available in a 3/16, a 5/16, and then a 3/8. It's going to have a gold blade or a silver blade. So this is the silver blade version. There's the gold blade for reference. Can you see it? Probably not. There she is. Gamakatsu fine wire hooks, some of the best I've ever used. Once you pin them, they're not coming off. So keep that in mind. You get 1 per pack. Just an amazing little underspin. We're also going to see matte green pumpkin. So it's going to be available in all those sizes and both gold and silver blade, seen here in the gold blade. And then finally, we're going to have the chartreuse shad. So basically a pearl head with some chartreuse hits on it. This is the gold blade version, also available in silver, and then 3/16, 5/16, and 3/8 in those guys there. So definitely check these out. This thing exceeds my expectations every time we bring it in. They fly out of here. So if you've been looking for an amazing underspin that uses a phenomenal hook, definitely check out the Sneaky Underspin from Great Lakes Finesse. Additionally, from Great Lakes Finesse, we're going to see 3 new colors in their Sneaky Swimbait head. This is going to be that we're going to have the green pumpkin, same as the last one. We're going to have the matte perch, same as the last one. And then we're going to have the chartreuse shad. So all the 3 colors from the last are coming over to this. And then additionally in their hanging head is getting all 3 colors as well. Now, the reason why I brought up the heads last is because they are a perfect pairing for the all new hover minnow from Great Lakes Finesse. If you guys watched the video on Tuesday, you guys know all about it. You've probably already bought a couple packs and hopefully you've caught some fish on it. If you missed our Tuesday video, this is the all new bait from Great Lakes Finesse that has been specifically designed for hover darting and I mean, Hangin and Minnow. Those are kind of the two big actions that are going to be used in this. So depending on what you're doing, that's what head you're going to go with. Now, if you are hover darting with this, you're basically going to be working it back. It's going to have an amazing darting action with some body roll. When you kill it, it's going to go into the death spiral and it's going to face towards the whatever's chasing it. So if you got a smallmouth bass that's chasing it, this is going to kind of drop. It's going to lay perfectly flat on the bottom. It's going to face the smallmouth. The smallmouth is going to think it's been caught, and then you're going to catch it. Math, right? So if you're looking for just a new amazing fish catching technique, it's going to be available in 14 really wicked colors. I mean, he's literally got you covered. If you do not have a color here for your water, I don't know what you're fishing. You're fishing some crazy stuff. I don't have every color in stock anymore. So we are already sold out of a couple of colors, but I'll run through the ones that we do have. This is a technique you're definitely going to want to spend some time learning. The great thing about this one that Dan has made is a lot of the other mid-strolling, hovering, all that type of stuff, it's very, very technique specific. So specific rods, specific lines, specific everything. This is going to be a little bit more user friendly. So if you're just getting into it, this is going to be a really good place for you to start. It's not an intimidating size for the fish, but it's still a good meal. It's going to mimic a lot of bait fish no matter where you are. At some point, they're this big. That's what I keep saying to everybody that says, you know, a lot of stuff is too small. Guess what? They're not born bigger than this 99% of the time. So this is an easy one to start on if you're looking to get into that, you know, mid-strolling, hovering, hanging, any of those techniques. Give this one a shot. I'll run through the colors of what we have in stock. And then if one of the colors we do not have in stock you're looking for, set up a back in stock notification. We are working with GLF to just try to get everything back in stock for you guys so you can get out there and try this new stuff. Let's run through it. Okay, so we're gonna start here with Green Pumpkin. This is the classic must-have. We're gonna have Pro Grape. This is a great color. We're gonna have Iridescent. We're gonna have one of my personal favorites. This is Smoke Clear Purple Flake. We're gonna follow that up with one of your favorites, Crush Shad. This seems to sell it every time we get it in, so really happy to see it in this guy for you guys. Something Loud, Meltdown. See where I'm going here? There's a little bit of something for everybody. Southern guys, brought it over for you. Fire Crawl. Maybe you want something natural. Smelt. I mean, we got it all. Maybe you're in Clearwater. Frosted Shad. Maybe you're in stained water. Black. You see where I'm going here. Hey, you know the thing is with the black? It literally works everywhere.
Doesn't work in Lake Ontario.
This is why a lot of, you know, all of the shop's favorite color is always black. It just works everywhere. So really happy that they brought the black in for that. And then we're also going to have Gizzard Shad. So just another amazing bait fish profile. And then finally, this seems to be a very popular color in some areas, Spicy Melon. So if you're looking to try this technique out, give this one a shot. The heads pair up perfectly with it. Yeah, new from Great Lakes Finesse. Okay, so my personal favorite product from this release, we actually got to tease to you guys a couple weeks ago in a photo we posted. We had a ton of questions about what jig it was, and I can finally bring it to you guys. This is going to be the Great Lakes Finesse jig. It's going to be available in a 3/16 and an 1/8. They're going to be made with amazing Gamakatsu hooks, which I love to see. Premium hooks on jigs and finesse jigs in general seems to be getting more and more scarce, so I'm really glad to see GLF stick with the good stuff. And they also stuck with good colors, so we'll run through those really quick. If you're a finesse jig guy, you get it. You already know if you're buying these, not much else to be said. If you are not a finesse jig guy, this is going to be a technique that you're going to want to get familiar with, especially if you're chasing big smallmouth. Big smallmouth like finesse jigs. Something that I'm really happy that they've done here. A lot of guys will actually cut finesse jigs to have kind of I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of guys that make finesse jigs will usually have kind of a short scarf, let's say, around the head area. That's where they cut the strands a little bit shorter so they kind of flare up. I'm actually really glad that they didn't do that and they kept everything long. You can customize this however you want. He's actually left the skirting material long, so if you want to trim it down, you can. You want to leave it long, you're welcome to do that. Another thing that I'm really happy to see with this is this is almost like a micro skirt. So the skirting material on this is very, very thin strands. It's not overwhelming, so there's not a million strands of it. It's almost like a perfect blend. These are all hand tied. That is important. If you don't think hand tied skirts are important, you're nuts. The little collars, they slide off, they break, they erode over the years. I pretty much avoid jigs that are not hand tied these days. I've just had too many of my jigs that have those kind of clear, just slide-ons. They rot out in my box. I go to pick it up, the skirting stays there. I end up with a jig head and I can't do anything with it. So excited to see that they have hand tied these, and then it's gonna have that baked on matte finish, so no issues here. This is just gonna be an amazing jig. It's gonna come with that 604 Gamakatsu hook. We'll do a video on it so you guys can understand the effects of finesse jigs. And you know what? I'm gonna ask Chrissy to be in this video because he is claiming that he's the finesse jig guy around here. He's claiming it. So maybe me and Chrissy will do a video together for the finesse jigs for you guys. We're gonna do that one for you guys coming soon, and then maybe we'll do a little on the water footage about it. I think that'd be cool. So this is available in 6 different colors. We're gonna start right here with matte black, personal favorite. You need a black jig. Those are just the facts. And then we're gonna have matte green pumpkin brown. Straight up matte green pumpkin. They literally only did these in good colors. Matte black brown. Matte brown, good guy. And then matte green pumpkin black. So 6 colors, 2 sizes, pretty easy stuff. Throw a finesse jig, man. They're amazing. Additionally, we leaked these to you guys as well in the same photo with the finesse jigs. We're gonna have their football heads. So again, this is kind of needed with that amazing hook. So it's gonna be a welcome addition to their lineup. It's gonna pair up well with a bunch of their products, especially their snack craw. 4 colors. Matte green pumpkin, matte brown, matte black. I never understand this one, but maybe some of you guys throw these. Pearl white. I don't know. Pearl white. So 4 sizes. It's going to be 1/8, 3/16, quarter, and 3/8. Definitely check those out. The hook is the big key here, man. The head shape is obviously going to work as well. There's other football heads. There's not other football heads with this hook. And yeah, pretty cool. All right, so that's the whole iCast release. If you've been looking for anything, it should be in stock. If it's out of stock, it'll be back in stock soon. If you have any questions, go watch the video we put out on Tuesday of this week. It's going to be ultra informative. Make sure you give Great Lakes Finesse a follow on all of their social media platforms. Just an amazing company trying to do things the right way, and we need more of that. So check their stuff out. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this week. If you don't follow all of our social media, please do. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, leave a like. If this channel gets to 10,000 subscriptions this year, I will give away an insane prize. So something to take into consideration. And if you're subscribed, you're going to be in on it. So fair play. And I will see you guys. I'll see you guys next Thursday. Well, I'll see you guys Sunday. And then I'll see you Tuesday and then Thursday. And then we'll just redo it again. See you guys later.